Good evening, Titans. This is Mr. Simpson again, and tonight we'll be focusing on lesson 1.2, which is solving multi-step equations. So if you look at the objectives here, we're going to solve multi-step, we're going to use them in real life, and try to model things using them as well. The first core concept is just solving a multi-step equation. So the first thing is each side of the equal sign, each expression on each side must be in simplest form. If we look at the example that we're presented with here, which is 2.5x minus 13 is equal to 2, each side is already in simplest form. The left side, those are not like terms because the first term has a variable with it and the second term does not. And on the right side, it's just a number. So to solve this, we're going to use inverse operations. So to get x by itself, we first have to get rid of what's being subtracted from that term. So we're going to add 13 to both sides. Now we have 2.5x is equal to 15. Now to get x by itself, we're using what we did on the one step, and we're going to divide both sides by 2.5. And when we do that, we get x is equal to 6. And again, if you need to use a calculator to figure out 15 divided by 2.5, that would be acceptable. But again, our answer is x is equal to 6. Another example here, and if we look at this example, if you look at the right side of the equation here, there are terms that are alike that are not combined. So the first thing we need to do before we can use inverse operations is we have to combine like terms on the right side of the equal sign. So the like terms are the two x terms that we have here, 9x minus 6x. And we're just subtracting those. 9x minus 6x is 3x plus 15. And on the left side, we still just have a negative 12. So now we're ready to solve. And again, this is just a two-step equation. We have to get rid of the constant first, so we're going to subtract 15 from each side. And we do that. Remember, if the signs are the same, because we're adding here, signs are same, we add and keep, so that's a negative 27 equals 3x. And now we solve this by dividing both sides by 3. And we get x is equal to a negative 9. Remember, the answer is negative, as a negative divided by a positive is a negative. Here I'd like you to stop and pause the video for a moment and attempt these two problems on your own. After you restart it, I'll reveal the answer to each one. Alright, so on number 1, the answer you should have gotten is n is equal to a negative 3. And for number 2, which is a little trickier, your answer should have been x is equal to a negative 1/2. Now don't freak out if you got those wrong. Just come to class tomorrow with questions of why the answers are that way. Now, we're still solving multi-step, but in this case we have to use the distributive property to eliminate the parentheses. If you notice, we have parentheses right there, and we need to eliminate those. So remember, we use the distributive property to eliminate parentheses. So we're going to distribute the 2 to each term. So 2 times 1 is 2, and 2 times minus x is minus 2x. Then we have just the plus 3 equals a negative 8. Now we have to combine our like terms. Well, this 2 and this 3 are like terms, which gives us 5 minus 2x is equal to a negative 8. And now we're down to a two-step equation again. So we're going to subtract 5, because again, that's a positive 5, so to get rid of it, we subtract 5. We have negative 2x is equal to a negative 13. And we divide by a negative 2. And we get x is equal to, and we're either allowed to leave it as an improper fraction of 13 halves, the negatives go away, or you could change it into a mixed number of 6 1/2. But a lot of us would just like to leave it as a decimal and divide it out on our calculator and get 6.5. So again, here's a now you try. These two equations both have parentheses in them that you have to take care of. So again, pause the video and I'll reveal the answer here in just a moment. Alright, the answer to number 3 should have been x is equal to a negative 6. And the answer to number 4 should have been x is equal to a positive 1. So now we're solving a problem using equation. It says use the table to find the number of miles x you need to bike on Friday so that the mean number of miles biked per day is 5. Now first of all, remember mean is like average. So we have to find the average. So we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So remember, to find the average, we add up all the numbers. So we have 3.5 plus 5.5 plus 0 plus 5 plus x, all divided by 5, equals what we want to average per day, which is 5. So now, we're going to simplify this. So we're going to add the top, and we have 3.5 plus 5.5, which would be 9, plus 5 is 14. So we have 14 plus x all over 5 is equal to 5. Now we're ready to solve this. Well, in this problem, since the whole top is being divided by 5, to undo that, we have to multiply both sides of this equation by 5 first. Those divide out, and we get 14 plus x is equal to 25. And now we solve for x by subtracting 14. And we get x is equal to 11. So for us to average 5 miles per day for biking, we would have to make sure that we rode for 11 miles on Friday. Now here's a problem that you can go ahead and try to solve. Again, you can pause it, try to solve it. Again, the main thing here is the distance away, 50, would be replaced for d. So you're going to put 50 in there and then solve this equation. Go ahead and pause it and solve. Now, the answer you should have gotten is that n would equal 48 feet of hose. 48 feet of hose is what you would need to help put out a fire that's 50 feet away. Here's an example 2. Your school's drama club charges $4 per person for admission to a play. The club borrowed $400 to pay for costumes and props. After paying back the loan, the club has a profit of $100. How many people attended the play? So in this case, they charge $4 per person. So 4 times P, that would give us the total amount of money that they had. They had to pay back $400, and they would still have $100 left. So now we have this equation that we can solve for P to help us determine how many people attended the play. So again, there's no simplifying that needs to be done here. We're just ready to solve a two-step equation. So we're going to add 400 to both sides. We get 4p is equal to 500. Now we're going to divide both sides by 4, and we would get p to be 125 people. And again, when you're doing word problems, you need to make sure you label things. So there again, we're using multi-step equations to help solve a real-life problem. Now I'd like you to try this one. The main thing here is that for perimeter of a rectangle, you're going to want to use the formula P is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. And remember, they want the length to equal 3 times the width. So you're going to end up substituting this in for L. And you know that you have 96 feet of fence, which is your P. So the equation you're going to end up solving is 96 is equal to 2 times 3 is 6W plus 2W. And now solve that equation. And if you solve it, you're going to find that W is 12, which means we're going to have a pin which is 12 feet by 36 feet. All right, and make sure you're able to solve this type of problem in class tomorrow. I know there's a lot being thrown at you. Do your best, and again, just give your best effort every day. Come to class with questions, and we'll provide the answers. All right. Again, have a great evening, and see you tomorrow in class.